Alright, so this is just going to be another kind of a quick video of the Highway 125 Grand Lake Road, Sydney Port Access Road, or the SPAR Road in Sydney, Cape Breton. This is kind of during rush hour right now, so the side street here just cleared out. We have our leading left. So a pretty sizable amount of cars to get kind of this long pile in. So we have two left turn lanes here. The mall intersections kind of split up the traffic pretty decently, but that's kind of the platoon showing up now, but they'll likely miss the light. So all the left turns will run max 2 during this time. The through movements run max 1. So that's going to change. So then they get their green. And then there's a logic statement in here where, so phase 5 basically stays omitted. So 6 is maxed out already. So once it gets to 25 seconds, the omission for phase 5 drops off, and then it runs the lagging left for the last part of the cycle, and it will force off based on time of day, which max time is in place. So you can see a lot of cars tend to go right, which is why we're building a right turn lane. But here it's going to drop out early, or actually no, it happened to drop out, but you can see it went to force off. So phase 2 stays on and phase 5 drops out, it will at least force off when it's supposed to. But hopefully once we get this new right turn lane, they won't be calling the through traffic. Well, they might with the detection, but if I set up advanced zones with my camera, it should be fine. And then traffic coming off the highway is pretty cleared out now, so it runs leading left, 3 and 8. So now 4 is coming up. 8's going to stay on, and then when this drops down to 15 seconds and there's a call on 7, the lagging left for 7 is going to come up. And it's going to gap out, and then back to leading for phase 1 and 6. So then there's more, and like I said, it queues up. I try to keep the cycle length as short as I can. Unfortunately, the pedestrian phases for 2 and 6 are oversized, and hopefully once I get my new median pedestrian signals, I'll be able to mitigate that. Yeah, so those other lights are breaking up the traffic pretty good, and so that's going to max out at 30 seconds, and then it's going to run. And people were crossing, but they pressed the wrong button. So yeah, because right now my head clearance runs at 41 seconds. So it does, once the omission for 5 drops out, it does run for only 4 extra seconds with the PED, so now you can see it dropped out, but no one's going left, so as soon as somebody shows up in the left turn lane, phase 6 will basically terminate, which it might. Yeah. And then instant, so there's no red clearance, it skips the red clearance. And then there's PED clearance through yellow is for every phase as well. Delay. Then they got the walk for the side road. It's only 25-second clearance. So when 3 and 8 are on, and during normal time of day plans, or day plans I guess, it will hold 8, so it doesn't terminate early. And then you can see 7's already ready to come up, so 8's going to terminate immediately. Oh, actually, no, sorry, no, it didn't. It still needs to go to 15. I was misreading that. Yeah, so there's a call on it now. Gaps out. And back to our 1 and 6 again. Okay, so we have like a decent amount of traffic that comes from this direction, but a lot of people are just trying to get onto the highway. That's our old cabinet location, so we're going to dig that out. New P44 in this location. This cabinet's going to get relocated to somewhere else in town. Sidewalks, crosswalks are going to be realigned for these median refuge islands. Now we have 2 and 6. I guess those cars through, which is good. And then all these left turns are going to become protected only, which will be ideal, especially for these like really, really wide turns. So now we got the lagging left. Keeps everybody moving. And then every display will be an arrow display. So through arrows, left turn arrows. New detection, which will be great. Likely mounted on all these mast arms. This phase 7 lagging left turn is kind of this weird offset, so that will need its own detector, unfortunately. But not a big deal. We'll get do what we need it to do. Actually didn't miss the lagging turn there, so it's just permissive, which it does sometimes if they're not there in time, but that's all good. But with the protected left, it will do it every single time. And I'll be able to modify the logic statements where it's protected only and people will have to stop at it. So it's a pretty big queue length again. I have like a pretty long all red clearance just because of that and delay walks. So yeah, anyway, there you go. Now we'll run the same thing again. That should run the lagging left phase, I think. Yeah, no one's on 5. If somebody shows up on 5, it will call it, but if not, it will just they'll just terminate together once this maxes out. Might gap. No, I don't think it's going to gap. No, I think it's going to clear together, which is all good. Yeah, with the protected only, I should be able to. People will have to queue up, but I should be able to shorten the through phases. Because even the amount of time, a lot of the times, if it queues up, the permissive lefts can't even make the turn. So they do have enough time to do it. But I'll be able to, if I shorten the through phases and we get that left turn or right turn lane in there, we'll be good to go. So yeah, there you go.